How many times have you heard that the NHS is on the bones of its bum? How many times have you heard that the NHS needs a significant multi-billion pound cash injection or it risks imminent collapse? How many times have you heard that we're in desperate need of more doctors and nurses? Well, folks, along with the BBC and other British institutions, the NHS has continued down the path of wokeness, and there, folks, madness lies. Much of its focus now isn't on the recruitment of doctors and nurses, but instead on being so woke that it's a wonder any of them, I think, can sodden well sleep. You see, there's a middle-tier bureaucracy in the NHS. A very large bureaucracy, a very expensive bureaucracy, made up of diversity and inclusion teams that focus not on your healthcare, but on creating gender-inclusive language and changing words like breast milk to instead be chest milk. I'm not kidding. And the insanity continued over the weekend when NHS Health Education England, a bit of a tongue twister that one, tweeted a message to mark LGBT month. Now, why, quite aside to the NHS, why does it need to be a month? Why does every group in this country need a month? Anyway, that's a topic for a different video, but NHS Health Education England went about telling followers that it would be focusing on misgendering, which is one of the most common unintentional blunders made by cisgender people, they argued. Now, it's actually baffling to me that the NHS would focus its time, energy and resources, especially during a pandemic, on adding your pronouns to your email signature, on pandering to those who think identifying as they, them is a substitute for their lack of an interest in personality. And this all comes as a continued assault on women and our beautiful language takes hold. A Westminster maternity bill referred to pregnant people rather than women until an amendment to that was added to the House of Lords, and I, credit to those peers in the House of Lords who did actually stand up for women and for our language, because it's important. When we decide sex doesn't exist, when we say biological sex doesn't exist and you can identify as whatever you want to be, we are also deciding that same-sex attraction doesn't exist, that access to single-sex spaces like changing rooms or women's refuges don't exist. And I just can't, for the life of me, work out why taxpayer cash is being spent on pandering to a loud but tiny minority group that, whilst yes, should be protected in law and accepted by wider society, wants to trample over hard fought for rights of all women. So I say let's get the NHS back to recruiting doctors and nurses, and not folks on woke ideology and frivolousness. I'm Darren Grimes for Reasoned UK.